Let's look at the IP address, which is a backbone of internet. As we all know, internet works on the TCP/IP model, which is Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. So, what does an IP mean? An IP is an internet protocol, an address or a logical numerical identifier assigned to any device in a network. So, if we mean any device that can be a mobile, a computer, switches, anything which is uniquely identified in a network, which can route the information, send or receive the information, are called as nodes. So as to identify those nodes, we need an IP. So if we look at the categorization of IPs, there are basically two on the basis of accessibility. First is a public IP, which is global unique and assigned by the ISP, which are Internet Service Providers. They assure that the IPs may not collide and should be globally unique. Second, we have is the private IPs, which is used in local network and it requires a NAT, which is a network access translation to access the internet. So we cannot access the local private IPs through the internet. Then if you talk about the size of the IP address, so based on that we have two categories, IPv4 and IPv6. Yes, the IPv4 is a 32-bit containing 4 octets, uh, each of the 8-bit address. It is something like 8.8.8.8. So each of the octet contains 8 bits. And if we want to calculate the total size of the addresses that are there, so it should be 2 raised to power the total number of bits is 32, which is equal 4.3 billion addresses we can uniquely assign to the nodes in internet. Now there is one more type, IPv6. It is a 128 bit, which contains 8 groups with hexadecimal values. So again, if to calculate the size, it should be 2 raised to power 128, the number of bits. So it will be a 340 unidecillion addresses, and that is practically infinite. So and also it comes with the better routing efficiency and simplified header with end-to-end connectivity, and it requires no network address translation for us to connect to the internet for the IPs. So, so now why there is a need of IPv6? It's obviously the constraints of the IP addresses available for IPv4. As we all know, there are only 4.3 billion addresses that can be assigned to nodes, and in which um, some of them are reserved in the IPv4 address, which is reserved for study and R&D. By the way, these are the generic classes that are defined in IPv4 address, whereas the A octet starts from 0.0.0 to 127 in this address, and it is used for large network. Second class B is used for medium to size network. Third class C is used for local area networks, that is LANs. And for D class is used for reserved for multicasting. So why there is a need of IPv6 address is because of the network access IP address constraints. Now we all know that the our total world population is around 6.5 something, and if we have only 4.3 billion addresses available, so that can be limitations. And uh, when there was a rise of IoTs, so there was more than a trillion devices available which were not assigned any IPs, and also to have a better routing efficiency, uh, IPv6 was introduced.